I've heard a lot of people throw the word success around when talking about their future, and I don't think people really realize what success means. Most people use success as kind of a word to describe them being financially well off, right? Like my friend, a couple weeks ago, I think he said he wants to be an electrician so that he can be successful and have money and stuff, which I suppose you can use the word success to mean like financially well off, but the definition of success is actually the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. So you can be successful and be homeless at the same time. For example, a lot of my aspirations would probably take a lot of money, so I kind of would have to be financially well off to be successful overall in my life. But let's say your dream is to just be a bit of a nomad, maybe travel around, not really have a house or anything. You can do that and be successful whilst being homeless, despite how everyone looks down on homeless people and thinks homeless people have failed at life. Maybe that homeless person's dream was to be a nomad that doesn't stay in one place and moves around the country, and then in their mind they're successful. But because you have a different idea of what success means and you can't see their vision the way that they do, then you deem them as unsuccessful or failures at life, which just isn't how success really works. And I feel like most people in their future, they want to be successful because everyone uses that word. I want to be successful in the future. I want to succeed at life. But most people don't really know that success can mean literally anything. You can be successful at anything. To be successful, you just have to complete what you are striving to do, which could be literally anything. Most people, it's to be financially well off because that's an important part of American life. To do like anything, you have to have money. Everything costs money. But you can be successful and have like $10 in your bank account, or not even have a bank account, have $10 in your wallet, right? And you can be successful. It just depends what you want to be successful at. So to be successful is really just to follow your aspirations and complete your aspirations to a point where you feel accomplished and succeeded and stuff like that. So I really just think that people should stop throwing success around as a money related term. Like, success can mean so much more than money, and if your dream in life is to just have money, which I know some people's dream is to just have a bunch of money, they see the value of their life as a dollar sign in their bank account. And I understand that. Then if that's you, then sure, money would be your path of success, I guess. That would be what makes you feel successful. But for me personally, a lot of my aspirations would need money, but something I want to do in my future is I want to build a house. I don't want to buy a house. I want to buy land and build my own house. And that would need money, but getting the money to get there wouldn't make me feel successful. I wouldn't feel successful until I actually built the house. And I wouldn't necessarily need money to build the house. I mean, to buy the land I would, but I could go chop down trees and stuff like that by myself, I imagine. So success is really just dependent on your viewpoint of what you want to achieve in your life. And it's really up to you whether you're successful or not. You can never let someone else determine if you're successful. Like, you might look at someone and go, oh, they're successful. That's a successful person. They have a nice watch on. They're driving a Ferrari. That's a successful person. But then in their mind, maybe they're really depressed. They're working a 9-to-5 job that they don't enjoy because they wanted to get money, and they got the money, but they still can't follow their aspirations despite the money because they're stuck in their 9-to-5 job and they don't have time to follow their real aspirations. And I'm not trying to hate on a 9-to-5 job. I mean, obviously we need 9-to-5s for civilization to work at all, but 9-to-5s can definitely restrict you from doing your own things. But no hate on 9-to-5s. I'm probably gonna end up having multiple 9-to-5s throughout my life. Here's something I just thought of. I don't really know what the word to describe what this would be is, but I'm not a very religious person. I don't know what I believe in. I believe that there is probably a God out there, but I don't really conform to one religion or anything like that. I haven't read any religious texts or anything. Sorry to any religious viewers. I mean, I do want to read religious religious texts. I just don't really, like, I want to read all of them eventually. But anyway, going off topic, this is going to be talking about Christianity because that's what I know the most about. I'm sure that this could apply to most religions. So imagine you die, right? And you're at the gates of heaven. It's like a border, okay? There's a guy that has to like interview you to send you through the gates of heaven and let you go to heaven. And he asks you, was your life successful? Did you gain success in your lifetime? And you go, yeah, I was successful. I had around $5 million. I had a nice watch and everything. I had a big house. And the border worker, whatever they're called, he'd look at you and be confused because that isn't success, okay? You had $5 million. You had a big house, but you didn't say anything like, oh, I had a wonderful wife and kids. I raised my amazing kids, you know, I gave money to a ton of non-profits, right? He'd look at you and be like, well, what did you do with your $5 million? And a lot of people with $5 million would probably say, oh, I kind of held on to it. I put it into the stock market and just tried to increase it. He'd look at you and be like, okay, so you're telling me that you had $5 million and you put most of it into the stock market, left the rest of it sitting in your bank account, and did nothing when more than 10,000 children a day die from hunger. You just watched your money accumulate and did nothing of value with it. And then he'd ask you, what was your job? Were you passionate about your job? And you'd go, oh, I was an accountant for blah, 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 whatever business, right? You were a really good accountant. And then he goes, well, were you passionate about accounting? Did you enjoy accounting? Is that what you wanted to do in life? And you look at him and you go, well, I never really wanted to be an accountant. It just kind of happened. I went to college and got my accounting degree or whatever. And, you know, I knew that I could make a lot of money as an accountant, so I just became an accountant. And he'd look at you and be like, well, so you spent your whole life working a job that you weren't passionate about to make money that you did nothing good with, and now you're trying to get into heaven. And keep in mind, I'm not super religious. I know that it would probably be based on your faith more than what you did with your life and stuff like that, or how many sins you committed and stuff like that. But this is kind of just an analogy, I think the word is. So, and you'd be all confused because in your mind you were successful, you had a lot of money, you know, you never killed anyone, but you had $5 million. You didn't donate any of it to help anyone in a lower class, and you spent your whole life working a job that you weren't passionate about. So now, if I was that gate worker, I would probably deny your entry into heaven, not because you were a bad person or anything. I'd probably like give you a new life, let you, I don't know how Christianity works, I'm sure this isn't part of it, but I would probably give you a second chance at life. I don't want to like disrespect Christianity or any religion, but yeah, if I was that gate worker, I'd give you a second chance at life, and then maybe you could make it into heaven after that one. But yeah, just think about what success really means. Sure, you were successful at making money, but is that all you wanted to do in your life? Were you really successful? So just chase your success. Don't chase money. Don't chase what people view as success. Chase your success. That's gonna be the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video at any point, I'd greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe and like or comment. It helps push the video out, get more people to see it, and it helps motivate me and shows me that people actually care about the topics I'm talking about and stuff. Especially if you comment. I've really been appreciating a lot of my comments recently. Not many negative comments, you know. So yeah, if you enjoyed, show some support if you want to. You don't have to, but it would be nice. And I hope you have a good week and everything. Good week, good year, good morning, good night, good evening, all that good stuff. And yeah, peace.